Greetings metal community, it's Roger back with another video. It's been a long time since my last video, due to various reasons. Mainly because, after Inferno, when you get kind of just out of sync with everything and didn't care about YouTube or anything, just drinking, meeting a lot of friends that I haven't seen in at least 3 years, according to somebody. And yeah, had a great time. Kind of just when I came back, I was not in the mood to shoot videos. Also been struggling with a fucking annoying cough that pops up here and there and makes it impossible to speak. But I will try to do a video now just to see how it goes. In the background, we are listening to this band called Little Presence from Canada, or they were from Canada, Toronto, Ontario. Came over at This Is Music Show, the vinyl edition of this, and I was yeah, very happy to see somebody show this, because this is an excellent demo collection. This band is kind of the second band to Bobby Satzak, who was in Slaughter, Slaughter Strapato. So this was kind of something he did on the side, and this is great stuff. It does have some Razor and early Slayer and stuff like that. Just a killer release. So if you don't have this in your collection, you should go and check it out. I will of course link this weird stuff up. Whole video here will be heavy metal and thrash stuff that I bought on sale. Almost, yeah. There's 2 new releases that was not on sale, and this is out on Ripping Storm. A small label that do some really cool stuff. I also picked up this one, Sacred Crucifix, volume Runs of the North, volume 1. Contains the demo from 87 and 89. This is a Finnish, they are still active. But they're going death metal now, so this is really cool. This has an interview with the main guy behind this. I think is maybe Sami Talmela. I don't know. When I saw Kim show this, I kind of thought about this when I commented on this video. But this is, especially the first demo, was very Venom inspired, a little bit like very early thrash, early Slayer, early Creator, and a little bit Venom, and also Celtic Frost. On the first demo, they gradually turn more, it's more on the brutal side. Later on they sound more like RG and Finnish bands like that. But this is a killer compilation of the demos, and also, as I said, they gradually turn more technical after a kind of had its early Creator and RG stuff. Then they kind of, especially on the rehearsal here in '93, they are way more technical. But this has the promo from '91 and the rehearsal of '93. There's just been released the volume 3 that has the demo from '94, I think, which was the last one I did. As I said, more technical thrash, but this is great thrash metal, and yeah, don't be scared about it being rehearsal, because the rehearsal sound very good. It sounds like a demo, so yeah, these two albums are or compilations are great if you're into kind of they start like the early thrash band and they kind of evolve like the rest of the scene, which is very cool. I picked this up on Swart record sale around early in January. It's like 179 out of 500. I don't know if there's copies left around, but this is killer stuff if you're into the early thrash scene. Both of the Sacred Crucifix. Yeah, then we can take a bunch of CD and we'll end up with some vinyl at the end. Picked up this Aggressor compilation of the two, Never-Ending Destiny and Towards Beyond. Never-Ending Destiny I only have on original vinyl, so this is kind of a remastered version, so I was just curious. It was cheap, so I just picked it up. Towards Beyond I have on original and remastered vinyl edition, so I might give this away at some point, but for now I bought it because it was cheap and I like Aggressor. So yeah, talking about Sacred Crucifix, I pulled out these two. This is death metal, but this is the kind of the return to, it's the same band even though the logo is not, but the music is different. I think this is pretty straightforward, a little bit boring. I think this was the best one of the two. I don't remember. I haven't revisited them, but yeah, should show them right off the vinyl, but I'm out of practice. So yeah, next one. Of course, I had to have the new Overkill, Scorched. Great album by Overkill again. I really think this is a step up from the previous one. I did like that as well, but this is more. It's kind of the level. They are better overall. The songs. They have some really cool breakdowns as well. I think Jürgen Alman said like Black Sabbath-y breakdowns. I didn't think about that before he said it, but he's right, as he always are. So, but yeah, great album. If you're a fan of Overkill, you won't be let down by this album. It has some great songs. There's a couple of songs that are not top notch, but overall, I'm very happy with this album. I played it quite a lot and really enjoying it. I've seen a lot of people showing it and talked about it and reviewed it, so I'm not gonna do that. Picked up, this is the second Leather album, We Are The Chosen, came out last year. Big fan of Leather Leone as a vocalist, one of the best female metal vocalists there are, and talking about old vocalists, he's 63 and sounds amazing. This lady is I think 65 maybe, and she also sounds very good. The only kind of I have to kind of say that she kind of holds the vibrato a little bit too much. She doesn't need to do it, but it's kind of been. The cool thing about this is the kind of the cover is inside there as well, so it's just the same that's outside. But yeah, great heavy metal. If you like Chastain and stuff like that. I think Leather is a slightly heavier, but great heavy metal and a great vocalist, in my opinion. So one that I haven't listened to for a long time, several months actually, is Warsenal. So I really don't remember. I think it was good, but there was a couple of songs here that was. I think the three first songs are a little bit boring in my opinion, but the album it gets better as further you go. Pretty cool inner. So yeah, overall a great thrash album, but I think they kind of Motorheady feeling on the first songs, which doesn't fit very well with thrash in my opinion. But yeah. Then I also picked up this Aftermath. I've seen this shown quite often, so I'm not gonna talk much about it. Dive Bomb Records. So a lot of you have picked this up. It's good, but it's not fantastic. I don't remember if this was kind of Slayer. As I said, it's several months since I listened to it, and my brain is full of... Yeah, talking about Finnish thrash, at the Sale of Swart I also picked up Real Delusions, compilation of speed and thrash metal from Finland, 87 to 91. Some pretty cool stuff that I have never heard before. Of course, Stone is very well known, and a couple of others that I knew of, but for the most part, just unknown bands. I think kind of the 6 first bands there are pretty good, and then kind of the quality drops a little bit, but a cool collection to have of, you know, unknown stuff. At the same sale I picked up this Stone Age 2.0 with, I don't know if it's remastered or something from the album that came out back in the 80s, or it's re-recorded or whatever. Remastered. This original came out in yeah, don't remember, I would say around 90. Pretty good thrash, a little bit more on the vocals are more like the melodic thrash style, but yeah, a good album. Stone is kind of the only thrash band, together with RG and a couple of others that, you know, I was aware of back in the days, but yeah, it's cool to pick it up. I don't have any of them before. Then I picked up, this was on another sale, 3 albums by Death Angel. The Dream Calls for Blood, and Humanicide, and the Relentless Retribution as well. You know, Death Angel. I haven't listened to the... I've listened to the CDs now, but this is the first time I've heard the new Death Angel stuff, so surprisingly good. At least 2 of these albums was very good, and yeah. So if you haven't checked out new Death Angel, you should check them out, because it was surprisingly fresh. An album that I kind of was never actually thinking about picking up, but again it was on sale, and that's Anthrax for All Kings. This as well is surprisingly good. I kind of, after yeah, Sound of Persistence of Time, of course, I kind of dropped off. I dropped off thrash in the, you know, most of the thrash was kind of dropped back in the days, but yeah, Joey Belladonna sounds great. There's a lot of good tracks here. Not all of them are great. They are not so thrashy. I would say they're more kind of heavy metal, a lot of the songs and the riffs, but it's a really good album. So I'm glad I picked it up. Then I picked up the Too Mean to Die, the Accept. Kind of gradually picking up the... I buy them on sale, you know, the newer Accept albums. I think the new vocalist is, you know, sounding better and better for each album, and they do write good songs. So another great Accept album. If you were stuck in the past like me with Udo Dick Snyder on Accept, just go and check out the newer stuff. Yeah, I also picked up Persistence of Time on CD. I do have the original vinyl, but I never had it on CD, and it's fun. Also picked up the Exorder album that came out 19. I've not listened to it yet, but as I said, it was cheap, and I kind of never gave it a proper chance when it came out. I thought it was a bit boring, but I will give it a spin. Then I picked up 3 Bruce Dickinson, Balls to Picasso, and The Chemical Wedding. That has been my favorite Bruce Dickinson, one of the heavier albums. I also picked up Tyranny of Souls on vinyl. I should have bought all on CD, but you know, you pick up what you get. And to finish it off, I picked up 2 Tankard albums. The Tankard. Tankard was also a band that I kind of dropped out of after the Stone Cold Sober. I think it was the kind of the last album. This is a butt ugly vinyl, terrible looking shit, but the music is good, and that's the most important thing. And of course, it was on sale, so can't complain too much. Nobody forced my hand to buying it. Also picked up the Tankard Two-Faced. I don't remember if that was a... No, that was Beautiful Black. No. As vinyl should be. So yeah, that was a quick flip through to some... I mean, most of this is well-known stuff, but go and check out Sacred Crucifix and Lethal Presence. Good old thrash gems in a way. So yeah, thanks as always for watching, subscribing and all that good shit, and tjost!